Hey everybody, it's Alexia back with another pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this week focuses on what guidance does Spirit have for you right now on your path. So go ahead, take a second, gather yourself, and pick what card or cards that you are pulled to, and make sure that you pause the video so you can center yourself. And I will see you guys back with all of your messages. Now, for my group number ones, we have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Fire, the Scrib, the Three of Fire, and the Earth element. And what I'm seeing within this is somebody who is like, I don't want to say on a mission, even though it is part to do with that, but someone who is very focused on what it is that they want to bring in for themselves in the physical, like their ideal vision of what they want things to look like or a specific thing to look like. And I kind of see you as like weighing your pros and cons on your next step on what it is that you are doing, and what that may look like. There may be some sacrifices that you have to kind of look at, to kind of go over to see, you know, what is going to get you to what you're trying to achieve, or what it is that you're trying to do. When I'm looking at the Ace of Fire and the Scrib, I see a high level of intensity and passion connected to this. Like you're very reeled in and very attached to this thing, and that you are almost being guided to do your research and find what has worked in the past and what hasn't worked in the past, so you know what is going to work for you, and you can kind of cut out some of the mistakes that may be made. And also there may be information, and this is what's really coming through, is that there may be information that you have no idea about that is kind of factoring in, or something that you might have overlooked or kind of didn't really, you know, pay attention to. Something may have been gone unnoticed that is either a reoccurring issue, or something that is, you know, can be an obstacle that you just didn't see. So kind of see how things have worked in the past, maybe look at some of the things that worked and didn't work, so you know what works and doesn't work off bat. So then you can kind of, again, cut out some of the stuff that you would have to initially go through if you didn't do that type of thing. As well as grounding yourself within the physical. I feel like this is a very big importance, because we don't want to get too floaty or too focused on one thing and forget that where we are in the present. So although we are looking at bringing something into the physical, something that we are really working towards, we must remain grounded. And I don't want to say in balance, but physically present within the present and where you are and what else is going on. That this vision, like, that's not going to dwindle the light of what you're trying to create or what you're trying to bring in, but it's actually going to help bring that in even more, because you are grounded, you are in the present, you can see clearly, you're not enraged in passion that is only, and there's only one goal, one like tunnel vision, like a tunnel vision of fire, and you can only see what it is that you're trying to bring in. We don't want that. We want to which sometimes it can be helpful, but in this instance we want to ground ourselves, so we are not just having tunnel vision and neglecting other things that are around us, or burning ourselves out too fast, using too much energy at once, and then when you finally stop, you can't even breathe. So making sure that you do check yourself, and making sure that you are still in the present, in the physical, and making sure that you are taking care of your everyday needs within the physical. And again, that you don't get too hypersensitive on focusing on your goal, and not to say, like, I don't want to say or make anybody confused and saying not to focus strongly on the goal. It's making sure that you are still present, that you still have some form of logic to realize how much it's going to take, how long it's going to take, or whatever the case may be, that you are not just kind of like on this like train with no brakes type of thing, and that you can kind of see what's going on in your surroundings. You can see obstacles coming as they come, because there's warning signs that you wouldn't be able to, that you can catch, that you wouldn't be able to catch if you were only, like if you weren't aware of your current surroundings, I guess is what I'm trying to say for you guys. So I hope this message is very helpful for my group number ones. Group number 2, we have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, Wisdom, Thought, Ten of Air, and Two of Fire. And what I'm seeing here for my group number 2s is that, one, I can see that you really are focusing a lot of your energy on pushing forward and being very, I don't want to say engulfed, but very connected and passionate, and almost like you want to like push forward, but you're in this process of like brainstorming, but in a way that it's not like you're sitting down and you're looking at books and facts and you're brainstorming. I almost see you as the person that's kind of pacing around and thinking and trying to put things together, and that it is something that you are really driven towards, and that you kind of feel this pull to, okay, I need to kind of take a step back and go within and review and kind of go over what my strategy needs to look like. And instead of kind of piecing things together as they come into your mental state, there's a need for you to kind of review some of the ideas that you've came up with, some of the brainstorming, in a place where you can be more quiet, where you can kind of take a deep breath and come into yourself, to where your active mind isn't racing and trying to grab at everything that it can pick up on and grab at, and to take the time to let messages flow and things kind of work themselves out. When looking at the Wisdom and the Thought cards, I kind of see you as kind of needing to oversee this whole picture of what it is that you are trying to strategize for, what it is that you are trying to plan for, that you need to kind of oversee the whole picture and look at and kind of shine a light on it, look at it with almost like a magnifying glass, and also looking at it from a place where you are kind of holding back from your emotional attachment, and as well as looking at your thought patterns. Okay, because a lot of times our thought patterns come in really crazy when there is an attachment to something, and things, we're trying to strategize and we're trying to make things work, but there may be a level of fear that it's not going to come in, or that you have to force things or tweak things in a certain way to be in control of them coming in. And this kind of, we're not using our wisdom, we're not using our discernment, we can't see things in a clear light, so we need to use our wisdom and our discernment upon the thoughts that we have. And this is why we need to go into a place where it is more quiet and calming for our minds to work and to settle down, because when you are like feeling that you need to force things for them to work, or do something to heighten the energy for them to come in, and all of this stuff, you're kind of going on a level of disbelief, and you're kind of putting the energy of forcing things, and really you're just trying to strategize to where you want to go with flow, not with force. Okay, and again, we have the Ten of Air, which is indicating that this, the energy that you have been in, and kind of grabbing at everything, and just being kind of scatterbrained, although at the same time focused and determined. It's quite complex. we don't want to get to the point where you're feeling mentally exhausted and completely overrun. There is a need for you to almost create a barrier or like a blockage, that it's like a scan, that there's only certain thoughts, there's only certain things, there's only certain material that you're ingesting, that you are actually letting through like the front gates of this door, that you're actually letting in to receive this information. Is it helpful? Does it pass this test of helpfulness, positivity, and being good for your environment and your soul? Does it pass this test to get through these doors? Or is it negative? Is it full of self-doubt? Is it full of fear? Is it full of distaste from somebody else that just doesn't see your journey? Those are the type of things that don't get let in through these doors, through the doors of your mind to your subconscious. There has to be some type of buffer, some type of wall, whether it is the thoughts that you are thinking yourself to you or other people, or just fear, whatever it is, that we're watching these thoughts. And it's almost like a security system, and we're only letting what passes, what qualifies in, and what doesn't qualify, what comes up short, has to stay out. It's not let in. So again, really take this time to review what it is that you want, what it is that you want things to look like. Slow down your mind and stop. You need to come from a place of more of faith that things will work out instead of force, and really scanning the information that comes in, that you ingest, whether that's coming from you or another person, so you're not taking on unhelpful information. And this is what I'm seeing for my group number 2s. Now for my group number 3s, we have the 8 of Pentacles, the Magician, the 3 of Wands, the Crone, the Sage, the 4 of Earth, the 6 of Water, and Oshun. And I see you as working diligently in setting intentions and using your energy and your resources to really manifest and really bring in this vision of what it is that you want, what it is that you see for yourself. It might be far out. You might have had this vision for a very long time. Looking at the 3 of Wands, he's really waiting for it to come in. He's looking at the horizon, and he is focusing on, like, he's scanning the horizon for this ship that belongs to him, that he's been calling in, that he's been asking God for, that he's been asking the universe for, he's been asking the divine, he's been putting forth the effort, he's been speaking it into existence, he's been using his hard work, he's been using his resources. He or she, I'm just feeling a lot of masculine energy, a lot of will, a lot of force here, guys. That you're really waiting for this to come in, that you've set the intention, that you've put the work forth. I also see you as somebody who is very, very skilled and connected to this, somebody who knows, somebody who's been doing this for a while, somebody who has a great deal of knowledge, somebody that it's their thing, their livelihood, somebody who has done the research and gained the wisdom in what it is that they're doing and waiting for this thing to come in. Your next step on your path is to continue to stay in that space where you're holding yourself together and you're waiting for that to come in, because I see that the energy of this rigidness and this waiting and this scanning and this searching and just like, you know, it's not even like forcing. It's like, I'm going to be here at the exact moment that this thing comes in, because I want it so bad and I just can't wait for it to get here. So I'm going to be here and I'm going to be watching for it. And I'm going to know the exact moment that it starts to enter into my horizon, my realm of vision, whether that is physically or mentally, or you're seeing it in your horizon. You can feel the energy shift. And I see this as really just I see this as one, there will be a wave of almost like, not passiveness, but calmness that is washed over you, to continue to stay in this spot, to continue to wait, but a calmness that is washed over you, and a really deep connection, that there needs to be a really deep connection to this thing, and to listen and wait for it, because it's coming in divine timing, that it's not going to just be it's not going to just pop up. It's not going to just come at any random time, that it's going to feel right. It's going to be right. Your senses are going to be on fire, and you are going to know when this thing comes in. Again, whether you are sitting here at the shoreline watching and waiting for it, or you literally just know that you can sense that this energy is coming in. You can feel it. You can smell the change in the air. And that is what's going to be this calming, almost that there's going to be like this calming effect before, it comes in, or when per it coming in, that it is going to wash over of this emotion of harmony and balance, and just being at peace with everything, because it's so astonishing that it finally came in. But again, getting back to divine timing, you've been working hard at this. You've put so much effort into this thing and called it in so much, and have been waiting, and you are so connected and have the knowledge and the wisdom for all of this, that it's coming in, and you will be able to feel it and be able to sense it, but you can't rush it. The more that you go in, and you are not saying like, there's a difference between working hard towards something and forcing. So I see you was really working hard at something, and really working hard at it, and not saying that you want to force it, even though that might have been an energy of the past, that there's this energy of like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep setting this intention, and I'm going to keep watching until it comes in. And it's not an energy that needs to be forced, but just to keep working at what it is that you are doing, the way that you are doing it, and that you will know when it comes into your atmosphere, into your horizon, per divine timing. But again, it is something that is not going to be rushed. Okay, now I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video, and that you got everything that you need from it. If you feel that you need to have a session specifically for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can reach me at my website to book for those sessions. Everybody, please have a great day.